Bortle here at the Little Rock, Arkansas Regional. My goodness, whoa, please introduce yourself to the world.
I'm John. I'm from Arkansas, and I went X11 today, got 8th place at the regional with Mermail.
Mermail? What made you decide to play Mermails for the event?
So I was playtesting Blue Eyes for like months before the event, and I got to play with it in paper. I got bestialed like 3 times per turn, decided it wasn't the deck for me, and my buddy was like, I'm not going to the regional, take my Mermail deck.
Well, that's what's up. Shout out to your buddy.
Yeah.
Speaking of shout outs, you have any more shout outs before we start?
So my buddy Hayden, he's the one, this is his deck entirely, literally not a single card of this is mine. My boy Nick, he got 10th with almost an identical deck list to me. And Grant for letting me take the day off and coming here to the regional with me.
Okay, sweet. Please show us the top 8 group.
Yeah, so we got here pretty obvious if you've ever played Mermail before. We got Nephthybus. This card's completely broken, sends for cost, searches a guy, and then normally you'll send a Dragoon so you get another guy off it for free. We got Mermail Shadow Squad. If this one is sent for cost, it summons a Mermail or Atlantean level 4 or lower from your deck, and also can discard to make your guys level 7, so it allows you to make Abyss Gaios with basically any water monster. We got Abystius. He discards a water to special summon himself, adds a Mermail on summon. The summon from hand is not once per turn. That actually came up a couple times where they impulsed and they didn't have a trapping grave, so they negated the effect to summon. And I was like, okay, discard another water, summon him anyways.
Oh man, that old school nice.
The best card in the deck, Atlantean Dragoons. Yeah. Every time this got called by, I lost, but it only happened like twice, so it didn't really matter. Okay. This guy, not once per turn, works whenever he's detached for Xyz material, which is just completely bonkers, honestly. Yeah, he's really broke. We got Abyss Rhine, the Atlantean Spirit. She's like E-Telly / Rhoda / banish, draw a card on your opponent's turn. Probably one of the best additions to the deck. Unfortunately, it's really hard to search because it's an Aqua, so you can't search it off Dragoon. It's not a Sea Serpent. But it usually doesn't come up. You can search it much other ways. One of the best cards in the deck is Poseidra, honestly. Like, this card just breaks boards. I had a couple of games where I went first, and this was in my hand, and I just couldn't do anything, so I passed. And, like, they didn't kill me for whatever reason, and I just, like, cool, send a water from my hand, summon him, send Dragoons, bounce your guy, Dragoons, search for Nephthybus, normal summon, game. And yeah, it came up like 3 times. It was insane. Wow. Minstrel rips cards from your opponent's hands. Really broke. Don't really need to explain that. Pike discards to add a level 3 water. This can add Dogwood, which came up once, where I searched it in game 3, and my opponent was like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to concede. I don't want to deal with Dogwood." The one-ofs obviously continue with heavy infantry. If he's sent to activate water, he pops a face-up card. Mulling Glacia rips 2 cards from your opponent's hand, and then Barrier Statue. There's a whole combo route to summon this from your deck with Prima Donna. It's really, really good. You also make it where it can't be targeted. Most people really can't out that, so if this hits the board, they just concede. And that's all it for the monsters. Play very few spells. It is 2 copies of Talents. Helps further your hand ripping ability. Sometimes you can get them down to 0 cards in hand if they like ash you and you rip 3. This is really, really broke. Call by the Grave, obviously, and then 1 for 1, it summons Nephthybus from your deck. And then for all the non-engine hand traps, 2 Dominus Impulse, because my buddy Hayden doesn't own 3. 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, and then a total of 6 Charmies. I main these 6, and then I side the 3 Meows.
Nice. Shout out to the other water one.
Oh yeah, Parolia getting summoned back sometimes comes up to make like Bahamut Shark or Abyss Dweller. It's really good.
What was the Mayday count?
It's 40.
40? Oh, God, yes.
Very clean 40.
Nice.
Extra deck,
yeah.
We got, I guess we'll start with the best cards in the deck, the Xyz. Got Toad. You can't summon him hard like in this deck, you just have to summon him with this.
Yeah.
But it's broken. Abyss Dweller. Really good in the mirror, really good versus Fiendsmith. And then this little 2-card package. This one, Monster Reborn's on summon, and this one says bounce 3 of your opponent's cards for some reason, and Soul Charge. Sheesh. And then Abyss Gaios. Synchros, I play 1 copy of Coral Dragon, 1 copy of Deep Sea Prima Donna. This is the card that summons Barrier Statue from the deck. 1 copy of Dragite. I actually never made him today, but he's pretty good. And then Chinging. Also never made him. And then for the links, play 2 copies of Coral Anemone. The second one comes up in the grind game a lot. This is just Monster Reborn. We got 1 copy of Abyss Alacia. This card overperformed. This card foolishes and summons a water from your grave whenever it's outed by your opponent. So there's a couple times where I just made this in really weak hands. They outed it, and then I summoned Barrier Statue.
Okay.
This is the guy that protects from targeting. I don't play the equip spell, so that part doesn't even matter. It's literally just waters that he points to can't be targeted. And then Zelantis. This is there for this little cute OTK where you can walk yourself into waters, and then you use Zelantis to where you return the whole board, or you banish the whole board and you return it all face up, but you can't summon the non-waters. So your opponent doesn't get their cards back.
Ooh.
And then the side was probably the best part about this deck today. I played 3 copies of Encore. This outs Dweller, because you just go draw phase, I'm turn player, priority, put your Dweller back, I don't lose anymore. 3 copies of Strike. This card's insane. I'm glad that people are playing this again. 3 copies of Lancia for Malice, 3 copies of Meows for Malice, and then I'll play 2 Dogwood, just in case I want to draw it in game 3 if I'm not going first, but it's also searchable by Pike. And then 1 copy of Abyss Steam. I want it in the deck for whenever I know I'm going first, but I tried to minimize the number of bricks I played, because I didn't play any of the Mermail equip spells or any of the other traps. It was literally just the 1 Steam, because you need it for certain combat routes.
Nice, very nice. Yo-Yo, and congrats on getting on top 8, man.
Appreciate it.
So until next time, everyone.